I am on the ground because I was just doing some yoga and some meditation, and it's the start of a new month, so I decided to use my tarot deck to re-examine where I'm at and figure out what kind of energies I can pull into this new month, a month of progress towards growth, towards spring, a month where the weather can kind of be a little funky, but the days are longer and the birds are coming back, they're singing, and the smell is of dirt and decay, but I love that smell because it means that growth is on the way. So I just wanted to kind of touch base with where I'm at, and I decided to pull a obstacle and solution card. So I kind of focused on channeling my energies towards thinking of an obstacle, a description of an obstacle that happened maybe this past month, and then the solution card was one that I could use to implement in this coming month, and it was very spot on. Once again, I will read it to you. I will tell you what I pulled. So just to let you know, I have the Wild Unknown Spirit deck, and I got it maybe 5 or 6 years ago off Amazon. It's by Kim Krantz, and I've been using this one ever since I've gotten it. I don't have any other tarot decks, and I just really resonate with the animal components that come with the cards. I just really appreciate the drawings and the implications of the connection between us as humans and the natural world. So I really resonate with this deck. So the obstacle card that I pulled was the whale, my little whale. And just to give you kind of a description of what the whale is about, the whale is synonymous with the energy of desiring to delve deeper, finding profound peace and ancient wisdom. And the whale represents profound emotional health and stability. Whale personalities are not afraid of emotional expression or traversing difficult terrain, as they have overcome many challenges in their lives. These experiences have enriched them, given them stability, strength, and a depth that is rare. Whale energy is usually linked to the feminine forces of compassion and communication. We can depend on whale personalities when all else seems lost, and trust them to be a beacon in our darkest hour. So when whale energy is in balance, you can find yourself calm, steady, and deeply compassionate. Whereas when you're out of balance, you're heavy and you're slipping into the old story. And in order to bring this into balance, this energy, focusing on regular self-care. So for me, to give you a little bit of information as to why this resonates with me, I have been really struggling with connecting with myself as I am now. I am constantly thinking about how much better I was in the past and how much more I liked myself and how much more successful I was. And I often think back to when I was 16, which is so many years ago now, crazy. And I just felt so sure of myself in that year, and I just was really in tune with myself on a spiritual level, on an emotional level, in ways that I had never been before, and in ways that I sometimes don't feel I've been ever since. And so my mind often falls back into the old story of, oh, I was so much better when I was 16, and oh, I had everything figured out when I was 16. And now at 22, I am often uncertain about what is going on in my life, both in a physical sense and also internally. I feel like there are so many storms going on within me lately, and so I'm often falling back on that old story, and I often feel heavy. So it seems that the deck has found that the obstacle that I'm dealing with is this sense of lack of wisdom, this lack of comfortability in who I am right now. So I'm missing that whale energy. I'm missing that. So I think that is very accurate with with how I am truly feeling. I love when cards like that happen. And you know what, honestly, every time I pull a card, just as a side note, every time I pull a card, I've had so many people ask me like, you believe in tarot? Like, what do you mean you believe in tarot? And for me, it's a belief in myself and a belief that introspection is the solution to my deepest issues. I think that introspection is the solution to all things that send me into darkness and depression. And so it's not that I think that some divine being is literally telling me to choose a card, and that is the only card that will resonate with me in this very moment. I come at it with more of a sense that no matter what I pull, it's going to make sense because everything is applicable to me in a way, and all I really need is a reminder that there is that energy within me, or I am lacking that energy. And just pulling a card doesn't mean it's the end-all be-all. In my opinion, it just means that I needed to awaken to that aspect of myself again. And the cards are a really good way of reminding me of that. So that was my obstacle, the whale. And my solution was the lion, which is this little beauty here, my little lion card. And the lion is patient, regal, and a complete master. The lion is a master of the fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealthy, and precise in their words and actions. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where your quest begins. When in balance, lion energy gives you the feeling of peace and strength, whereas when you're out of balance, you may feel withdrawn or too serious. And in order to bring it into balance, daily meditation and friendship. So this, like when I pulled the lion, instantly, I didn't even know, what description it would give me necessarily, but lion, like whenever I just think of the lion, I just think of this regal, calm, assured animal that doesn't question their strength and their power. And I definitely feel like that's some energy that I definitely want to be pulling into my life now. I'm so unsure of myself all the time. And it's often self-inflicted, where I'm just not able to quash all of the thoughts that I have about what I should be in, this society that I'm living in, how I should look and how I should be, and where the successes I should currently have in my life, and checking off all these boxes of now by the time I'm mid-20s I need to have this and this and this done, and I'm constantly those are constantly in the back of my mind, all these points that I should be getting to in the next few years. And that leaves me feeling very unsure of who I am right now. And that then transpires in all of my relationships. That's hard on my partner who does his best to reassure me that he loves me for who I am and that I'm doing exactly what I need to be doing right now. However, his words are drowned out by my internal dialogue. So it's definitely a work in progress. It is not easy to simply spark up this feeling of certainty about everything that you are and everything that you could be and know that you are exactly in the right place. But a reminder is always nice. And for me, I definitely want to stop feeling so withdrawn, because I feel withdrawn from people because I fear judgment, and I fear that they will see right through me, and that they will see that I have deep darkness in me, and that they will be scared away, or they will be, they'll laugh at me. And those are deep-rooted fears that I've had all of my life, as long as I can remember. The fear of not being understood, and thus being outcast. And so in order to compensate, I withdraw myself, and I don't even let people see the deep, dark parts of me, in order to hinder them from judging them. And, you know, there are few and far people in between who know the depths of me, and honestly, maybe only one. Maybe only Marco really knows, because he's seen it all. And I'm going on a tangent. I just want to feel like I just want to get to a point where I can feel like no matter what I do, I am sure of myself. Even if I make a mistake and I'm unsure about a decision I'm making, I want to be able to internally know that I, Kira, am sure of who I am, no matter what I look like, no matter what hairstyle I have, no matter what clothing I wear, no matter what weight I am, no matter what other people have said about me or think about me, no matter my sexuality. Like, none of that. I don't want to ever have to feel like I have to question those things anymore, because I'm worried that somebody else will. Because if I am questioning all these things about myself, when am I ever going to feel at home in my body and in my being? So I just want to feel at home again in who I am, and I've lost that. And so the solution, it sounds like, from this card is to dive deeper into my meditation and to search for friendships, which is oh so scary, and to kind of tie it back with the whale card. This, you know, I'm lacking that energy of feeling like I am wise and feeling like I'm growing from all of the experiences I'm having, and that I'm calm and compassionate. And the lion is there to remind me that all of that energy can be accessed as long as I remember that I am strong, and I have a life that is worth living no matter what other people think. I am certain of myself. And I think that sums that up. I want to stop thinking about all the things that aren't the same as when I was younger. Sure, maybe maybe my days aren't spent the same way as when I was 16, and I don't wake up and smell the roses the same way that I used to. That doesn't mean I'm a bad person. That doesn't mean I've lost touch with myself. I'm constantly evolving, and I am so happy with the program that I'm in right now. I'm finally on a path that I'm actually excited to create into a career, and I am in a beautiful, loving relationship that I have a partner that is so willing to help me work through all of my shit, and who is also willing to admit to his own shit when I bring it up with him. Yeah. This is just making me think so much about everything in the world. And I love that. I love when I can dive deep, because it doesn't happen. It hasn't been happening often. It's what I should say. And so I just love when I can just start thinking about all these things and bring it all back to this, see the big picture of all the shit that's happening in my life right now, to understand that every little small thing accumulates to my entire life, that ultimately is satisfying, and I'm happy with where I'm at, and I'm eager to keep going. And no matter my depression or my anxiety, or all of those things can be dealt with. I'm not going to say they can be cured, because I don't believe that I'm ever going to be a non-anxious, non-depressed person. I think that'll always live inside me. However, I can build tools and reinforce the structures that I've already built in my life. 22 years on earth, I've done some things that I'm so happy that I've done, and there are so many more years ahead of me. And I'm looking forward to continuing on that path, no matter what. Okay. I want to make coffee. I haven't had coffee today yet, and it's like noon. I haven't had coffee. I want my coffee, and I have some laundry to do. So I'm going to go tend to those things and tend to myself, to my self-care.